Yo, we're live. Big Zion is gonna open this one up. So first and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua.
We're back on your council. So it's your mediocre size Zion and
your bigger Shalom.
This is Jeremiah.
All right.
Shalom.
And today we have a very planned out Iron Council. We just gonna go off the spirit. By the way, we want to say shalom to everybody in the chat that's joining us. Which is nobody right now. But hey, you know what I'm saying? We continue with it.
This is just something we get used to talking to the air, talking to the wind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Prophesying to the wind.
Yeah, we was gonna go earlier, but we had a second podcast before this.
Man, it was long too. I don't know why, but some of the stuff we can't really disclose on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's behind the scenes. You got to go to our Patreon.
Yeah, so you know what? I'll start with the first question. Y'all, what y'all think? What do you think is the most important thing to focus on when starting a Hebrew Israelite camp? Don, if you want to go first.
Milk. Foundation. You can't teach nobody if you aren't learning yourself.
Foundation. That's a good one. That's kind of hard to beat.
Foundation.
I'll say I agree with that. Definitely, for sure. Definitely always I'm gonna say order.
Look, my mom first one.
Right. Yeah, shalom, mom.
Shalom.
I'm gonna say order when it comes to anything, establishing structure, getting the foundation. The milk is in there. You can't go nowhere without it. So you need that milk, but you definitely need order, no matter what you do. Hey, it's a 1 Corinthians 14:40. And all things. What does it say?
All things.
Can you get that for me? I forgot. It's like 1 Corinthians 14:40.
Let all things be done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let all things be done
Decently
and in order. All things be done decently and in order. That's always been at the forefront of my mind. Everything should be done in order.
Definitely.
All right, what you got?
I'll say thank you. I'll say milk is good. Everything's good. I'll say just knowing what you're gonna get into, because a lot of people think the truth is just some fun little cool little understanding, like, oh cool, we Israelites, that's cool. I just learned who the Most High God is, that's cool. But in the long run, these brothers gotta understand that, like, everything's against us. They're gonna try to break up our camp, So if you just starting a camp, understand that you're going to have a lot of things come up when it comes to order, when it comes to doctrines that brothers believe, when it comes to that. So I say the beginning thing is just really preparing our soul for temptation, because that's just everything's gonna go wrong, So it's not easy starting a camp, So I'll say that's one of the most important things to do.
How about the most important things to consider when joining a camp?
But I want to add a little bit to that, because I actually got a lesson coming up, Lord willing. I get to finish it and put it out. But it's basically by wisdom, my house is built, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, kind of to add on to what Zion said, Luke chapter 14 and verse 28, it says, "For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first, and counteth not the cost." So you're supposed to count the cost, whether you got enough energy, you got enough strength to fulfill the task at hand.
Right.
You have enough money, you got enough like I said, strength or energy, or you are able to finish what you started. Can you finish what you start? And that goes into both building and joining a camp.
Mm.
So,
Second thing I would say is what will you do? What's the most important thing to do to help your brotherhood?
You're just gonna skip over this.
no, it's joining the camp is the question.
Joining the camp? Oh, what was the question? Sorry.
One of the most important things to consider when joining a camp.
Oh, when joining a camp.
Yeah. So he had it like counting the cost, and I agree. That's one thing I would say, counting the cost. A lot of brothers look and see what's on YouTube and think that's it. You go home and that's it. You come back for the next video. No, that's like 20% of the work. If that.
You mind if I say this?
Mhm.
Because I don't know how brothers thought when they first came and joined the camp.
Right.
But I know my attitude, I almost kind of would like to know how brothers thought when they first saw a camp and wanted to join a camp. But when I first saw Sons of Jacob, I didn't think my thought was, I'm doing anything and everything. Anything you say, you do, you want me, I don't care what it is, I'm in here.
Right.
I'm submitting myself to whatever you want to be done. I want to get to the kingdom and I want to do it with these brothers. So whatever you ask of me, I'm gonna do it. I don't know what it seems like. It seems like a lot of times brothers coming to the camp, they don't have that type of spirit. They don't have the spirit is it's kind of a and I don't know what it is. It's different. It's definitely different.
Like just testing the waters.
It's like hey, you don't treat me that way. I don't know. It's really different. It's really different. It's a different spirit. I don't get it. Maybe y'all brothers know. Because I'm lost.
Nah, I mean,
what brothers expect how to be treated, or what, like
all of that. Like my attitude was whatever it needs to be done, I'm here. I don't care if it's tying shoes. I don't care if it's going to the store to get drinks for brothers. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing it. That's the type of attitude I had when I joined the camp. It seems like brothers, when they join a camp, they have a different type of spirit, and it causes them to not. They feel like they need to be treated a certain way, like they're not, like they're. I'm equal to y'all. Like I didn't think that when I first. I wasn't thinking I was equal. That I'm just as good. I didn't think that. I was like whatever, you know what I'm saying, like a servant type of mentality, and that's how it should be. Because I think the brothers that we have in the camp right now has that mentality of whatever we need to get done, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of mentality that's going to stand the test of time. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, one thing, what I always compare it to is what I've done for Esau on the down.
yeah, true.
Like, and I always go back to this precept, Psalms 50 and 21. It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such and one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing we got a problem with. We could take orders from Esau, but we can't take orders from our own brethren.
That's right.
That's hatred.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a real problem. That's a real issue.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see that. And it's not really revealed to people unless you bring it up. Like you bring it out, you brought that out. Sometimes people don't even recognize that it's a hatred. It's a mental illness that we have with our own people. Like that's why we use so much that you can go to Esau's job. You won't miss a day of Esau's job, but you'll miss camp. You'll strive and try to find a way. If your car broke down, you're going to find a way to get to work, but you don't have that same type of energy when it comes to doing the work for the Most High. You don't have that energy. You see what I'm saying?
And if you don't show up to work, you have to call and give an explanation of why you're not there immediately.
Right. Are you gone?
Yeah. You miss camp.
Yeah, the attitude is not there. It's different. It's a real. That's a perfect spirit that the Most High God is looking for. He's looking for a spirit like that. That's what we want. You can build on that. That's something that you can build on. You can't build on somebody that you can't tell me what to do. Now ain't no man gonna tell me what that's not something that
we can't get in order. That's going to keep us from getting in order.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, if you want to, in order to be able to give orders, you got to be able to take orders.
That's right.
That's a worldly saying. Like the best leader he was once the best follower. Like,
yeah, that's very true.
So
very true.
So they don't really put themselves in the shoes of a captain or a general.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. Because I mean, they always want to pull that brotherhood card, but it's like if you was making and joining a camp and you're a member try to overthrow you or think you know what I'm saying, you would be displeased by that. Like your actions, what you're doing, if you was in a general's position and somebody said that to you, you wouldn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then imagine if they try to justify themselves by being like, oh, you got to be more brotherly. And it's all the brother did was say, hey, can you join our live streams? Or, hey, why are you missing Sabbath? Like, why are you, this is unacceptable. And then we had a brother that said, like, I don't want to take, basically, like, don't want to take orders from no man or something like that. And if I'm paraphrasing it right. But it's just like, when Yahushua comes, like, you just want to instantly think that you're just going to become order. Like, that's just, everybody thinks just like, when they don't have to follow underline the brothers that are trying to build their spirit up now, but then when it comes to the wilderness, they're just gonna be okay with it, bro. That person, like the Zions and other camps, bro, he might be over you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why do you think that if somebody that has the credentials, like been in the truth for 20 years, been patient, has his own family, has his own order, if you won't get underlined with him, then imagine somebody that has less of his credentials get placed over you.
Right. Like
how the hell are you? How did us dive into order? Like you should kind of look for those people to be in order. But I say that to say, like, like if you was a high-ranking officer and stuff, like you're just either gonna let your camp just do whatever they want, or you're gonna be displeased because you was acting the way that you wouldn't want to be treated if you was in an officer's position. So that's just kind of how I look at it.
I had a precept. This is, I believe this is what I want. This is Sirach chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. It says, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before God, before the Lord. So the more humble you are, the more, and there's so many scriptures on that, because I actually wanted to bring out a lesson over humility, because humbleness seems to leave people at some point. They forget that they got to be humble. The more humble you are, that's why, one of the things that the past few times that I closed camp out, I said, the water for allowing us to serve you, because you got to come in a servant attitude. The Most High God is placing responsibility on the backs of men that have that behavior, that want to serve the people. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are, and that's one of my prayers, my private prayers is to be more of a servant to my people. I want to have a heart to really serve my people. I want to have a good heart to serve my people. I don't want to just be out there we got 2 people, fine with me. I don't like my other channel, Gatekeepers. That's probably one of the ones that's on there. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeep. 1 or 2 people. Hey, I just want to I'm not here for numbers. I'm here to help with pushing forth and putting my brick in and doing the truth. That's what I want. Like we ain't even on the main page. This isn't even on the main page. This is Gatekeepers and the second page. That's all this is. So it's not for numbers. It's not for, we're trying to, I don't even know how we get on this conversation. I think it was the question.
The question was, what's
I think it was the spirit.
There was definitely the spirit. Right. That was the spirit.
Moving on from that.
Hey, I had some good questions, man. I didn't even have no good questions like that. Mine was like something to do with rats or something.
What's your question?
Let's hear a question.
No, I ain't got one, bro.
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah, that's
There it is, bro. I don't want to know.
Nah,
Okay.
you good, bro. It's just what some.
Don't we say ain't no stupid questions?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I ain't saying that. I will not say that because there are stupid questions. There are stupid questions. This ain't not the answer of man according to this Molly. I'm cool now. But hey, camp. How y'all think camp went? Hey, hold on. Before y'all answer that was my question.
No, okay.
Okay, before y'all
So
answer
you did
that,
have a question.
yeah, I hated that I missed camp. I missed a part of camp. I had to leave camp to come back and get the Bibles.
It was for a good cause.
It was for a good cause, but I missed out on some stuff that whenever I came back, I was talking about. I didn't know what went down. I couldn't even participate for a minute because I didn't know really what was going on. So I wanted to hear out the whole matter before I was able to actually put my little 2 cents in. But yeah. How do y'all think about how did the camp go?
That's cool.
Could there be any improvement?
Nah, it was pretty solid on that camp. That was pretty solid all around.
That's wicked.
Nah, that was a.
You're going off.
I'll say that was a. I don't think no brothers got out of order. It was just like I think it was a relaxed, very good. It was like a really brothers get to express this buffoonery that happens at our camp with all the demons around us.
You want to explain? Go into that. Elaborate a little bit more. What are you talking?
There's a page called Sons of Jacob Tulsa Tuesday and Wednesday. But I explain it.
Answer all your questions.
How do you think it went?
What sticks out is the guy, the marshal guy. Like, he came up there like, I'm not racist, but it didn't take 5 minutes. But he had the best racist comments.
Which one was it?
The dude that came across the street.
Oh, that was working on the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed out on that one because I was talking to my brother on the side. I didn't get to hear that. See, I missed out on a lot today.
Yeah.
We'll say, y'all see that.
Yeah. I have to watch the film. I'm going to have to watch it with the rest of y'all. I was there, but I wasn't there. So I had to watch.
I kind of like 3 or 4 little clips to post on Sons of Jacob of just like, because there's a lot of what moments and those are stuff that I was like, yeah, those got to be clips. So I'm forgetting them right now because, once you're in the moment and then once you leave, you kind of just slips your mind of everything because we do this every week. So it's like always a new demon. But if I'm able to, Lord willing, edit some clips out of that and post it, though, I think they can go viral. I'll say the camp was pretty good.
Hey, can y'all hear them? I'm right here, and sometimes I can barely hear y'all.
I think they can hear me.
That mic is amazing if they can hear y'all.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They can hear this. So they can hear us.
Right.
If you guys think, what do y'all think? If somebody is not utilizing, let me say it. If a brother is not optimizing on his gifts, would you consider that a lack of charity?
I 100% agree with that. I'm glad you said that's a good way of putting it. I agree with that. You looking for Jeremiah?
No, I got you. Was it the talents? Yeah, I was stressed. It's biblical. If you don't, that's an offense if you don't utilize your talents.
Because
I don't know about this.
A lot of people think they can just.
You said you don't know?
I'm thinking of the scripture. I don't know if the scripture falls into that. This is Jeremiah 48:10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Mm-hmm. So, you think that fit?
What's the sword mean? Sword from blood. What does that mean?
Keep back.
Is that gifts? Sorry.
Well, it's your word. The word.
Yeah, it's just a work. The work of the Lord.
Yeah. Well, really, I think more that goes more to rebuke.
Right.
But that's that's something in itself. But it says Yes, Matthew 25 and 14. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, this is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. For unto everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he have. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
So he said he gonna take your talent and put usury on you.
For usury, dang.
So it's like the one that had the least to begin with, he felt like he didn't have enough. So he felt like there's no,
he put it in dirt.
He didn't put it to use because he felt like he didn't have as much as the one with the 5 talents. So it's basically telling you, whatever you have, utilize it, use it. Bring forth fruit with what you have. Find out what that is and bring forth fruit with it. Because if you don't, it's going to take that spirit and add it to someone who's going to utilize it.
Hey, not only that it's beneficial to the body, but it also helps you endure until the end. And what do I mean by that? How does it help you endure to the end? Because if you like editing and you bring that skill to the camp, that's something that's going to keep you occupied in putting forth work towards the ministry of the camp. You're going to do more work because it's not going to feel like work. It's going to be like fun. It's something that you're going to work. You're working on your craft at the same time. I know brothers that they've been in the truth for 16, 17, 18 years, and they've sustained themselves that long because they found something they really enjoy doing, whether it be debating, whether it be editing, whatever it be, they find something that they enjoy doing to sustain themselves, to keep themselves occupied. And that's truth. That's, bro, you helping yourself and you helping the ministry.
Okay.
So charity is a good word to put on there. So you did it. That's good. You said that.
So find out anybody that watches later, like I'm gonna
At least try.
Find out what it is, because you got something. You got something.
Yeah, that's one thing that, Lord willing, we can apply that to this body, and that's actually in the rules of Sons of Jacob to bring forth your talent and apply it to the camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like really pretty much everything, of course, everything aside from wickedness, pretty much everything from the world we need in the truth. We need entertainment.
I know I had it in my detail rules, in my detail law. I don't know if I don't know if you ever seen that, but that's
And it was
That's it.
crazy
That's
that
what I
like now I'm thinking about it like dang, like that one gift that one man had that will be added on to somebody that sees that the nation needs something. Like you got brothers doing 11 things at what. I'm starting a business and I do comedy and I do things and I do that because they have that fighting with the fighting spirit. They're like, are people like, you know how much music that our people need to be listening to? Like,
Yeah.
we're like, bro, where's the music?
Right.
And it's somebody that's already, and this dang, because you did say it was offense. That is kind of offensive. Like this brother over here, like, dude, what the hell? Like, why is nobody else wanting to do this? Like, he gets offended. Like, he's like, because his heart is there where he will do everything if he can. If the most high could put like, I'll use this brother because this brother has put on a lot of offices at once. He's just done that in the world and on here. He just always picked up everything. If he could, Most High would put all the gifts on this brother.
You can't do it all.
Yeah, he can't do it all. So it's just like
I don't want to do it all.
it's an offense to that. It's like, why is my men slacking in this, bro?
Yeah, nobody want to do it. I don't think anybody want to do. Nobody want to do it all. It's just a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
A lot of work. But it just shows that those men will do it, though. Those men will, Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's because you're building a nation. This is a nation of Israel, and you got to think of it as a nation. So what Dahawam said about everything that applies to the world, you got to apply to this truth because you're building a nation, just like it was in when the Israelites was in captivity in Egypt. You are a nation within the nation. So you got to, whether it be medical field, finances, automobiles, mechanics, whatever it takes to raise up a nation, whatever it takes to keep a nation occupied, government, tax. We don't need taxes. We don't do taxes, but for for other people, like building a nation, man. That's what we're doing. Building a nation. Schools, teachers, the health, man, there's so many different
life insurance.
There's nobody that should just be sitting around not doing nothing.
Yep, and that goes back to this. 1 Corinthians 12:14. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing?
Right, where were the hearing?
If the whole body were hearing, where were the smelling?
Right.
But now have God set the members, every one of them, in the body as it hath pleased him. And if they were all one member, where were the body?
Right.
But now are they many members, yet but one body?
And that's what you done.
I'm gonna finish.
Salakia.
And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again a head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. And our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. That's it.
Hey, and that's why, because I was guilty of thinking that everybody needed to try to bring forth more teaching. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if you're a soldier and then you move up to an officer. You probably remember I was pushing for you to teach more. He's a good teacher. Like whenever you do soldiers classes, beautiful. Reading classes, beautiful.
Like they need to be posted.
Yeah, I mean the brother does an amazing job. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get what he does on these soldier classes and reading classes out to videos for people to see or hear or whatever the case may be. So, but those are beautiful classes. So, but everybody can't just be a speaker. Like when I came in, I was just videoing. That's us holding signs and videoing. That's all that
one sign.
And I was completely fine with that.
Hold that one sign.
Man, I'll say this: brothers ain't happy. You ain't got to do. Man, if you come to camp and pull up a chair and sit down, that's adding a presence. That's a work.
Can I add on to that? Because one of the things that I was almost wanting to do today, because I wasn't bringing out, I really wasn't very useful today, was stand on the other side and listen, because that can when people see that, somebody else will come up and stand beside me and listen, and then that happens. That really happens. They'll stand up and be like, "Oh, hey, bro, what are you talking about?" They'll ask me like, "Wait, what you talking?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, that can happen. That's a real thing.
Now,
It really happens.
at the end of camp, brother said, "Yeah, I just saw a bunch of blacks standing there. I was wondering what was going on."
Like we yell, even our yelling, like we forget like down the street they could hear. Like that old woman, she comes out like every time she hears a scream, bro. So, oh yeah, the Israelites, let me get up there. You know what I'm saying? Like just hearing our screams, like we would have had that amazing laugh with that white guy if we didn't go off on Billy, whoever it was, the 60-year-old. Like we screamed at him, and then that Marshall guy came and was like, he came with so pride, bro. He came like, black people so it was crazy, but like them hearing like we when they hear our like it's on both sides. It's good attraction too, and then also demons they hear it too. So it's like we really bring a thing. Like I swear, Aharon made a portal, bro. When he brought that shot.
It's a bring in the wheat and bring in the good and the bad. They do the sort. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna attract
everybody.
They're gonna attract everybody.
So a lot of people see camps. New people come to Israel. They see camps and they see the bad side of camps, like just bad side of camps.
What they perceive as the bad
right.
side.
Well, okay, yeah, what they perceive. Because I'm like, when you're in the camp, it seems like bad. You know what I'm saying? It really just seemed like it. So what advice would you give the people that want to become more so individualites because they see what camps, what problems camps go through? What would you say to them? Like, how would you articulate like, hey, I still will choose this over being by myself? Because some people can't really see the good in camps like that, like because they're like, I'll keep the commandments at my house.
Man, when it say my sheep hear my voice, my mama, she's an example. Like she at first she wasn't like a big fan of the delivery, but that didn't hinder her from listening to what was being said.
Yeah.
Like, so a lot of times that's a cop out or an excuse.
Yeah.
To not, to continue in your ways.
That's very true. And who was it? A lot of Nation of Islam, they learned from One West. They tell the story. The story's told. You know what I'm saying? This is not a new thing. The story told is where they sent men to Ariala. Islam sent men to Ariala to learn what we were talking. And then I can't remember his name. Bald brother, dark bald. I think he's passed away now. I think, but he's powerful in the Nation of Islam. But he came and he listened, and he said everything y'all saying we agree with and it's true. He said it's just y'all's deliverance. So people have a problem with how we're saying it. It's not always. Sometimes it is though, because sometimes you're not even. The tone is a nice tone, but the truth, it does cut people and it hurts, and truth does hurt. So whenever you get hit, because it's indirect, whenever the law is indirect, I could not even know you, and I could be talking about stealing. And because you stole, you might think I'm talking about you, but that's how the Bible works. Yeah. It's indirect. It's whoever it's for, it's going to hit you. You're going to get hit.
Because I very, very smallly, because she's wrong. The girl that talked to us today, she's wrong. She said that he was trying to basically get over her. Like, Aaron was trying to get over her, like, ask her, like, a debate fishing question. She's wrong. I want to say this to the camera. She is wrong. But that's kind of just how a man teaches and explains. Like, it was a question to question your thinking, not a debate. It wasn't like an ill will thing. So, like, if I say, so what is sin? Sure, I have a preposition. I'm going to go somewhere with that, right? To show, because it's hard to look.
But that's what you do when you teach.
That's when you teach. Like,
anybody that teaches do that. They know the answer.
She's wrong. Like I said again, she was wrong. He was not debating her because Aharon said, I don't argue with women. Like he said it already. So it's not like he wanted to start a debate. He was just edifying, telling us what we think. It was just like a I'm gonna tell you what I believe, even if you like it or not. That's the time we're on. So it's just.
But you know what? Like, if we weren't her own, she wouldn't have done that.
Right.
A Jehovah's Witness, if it was Jehovah's Witness stand out there, they could ask her questions any way they would like to ask her, and she wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but
yeah,
she wouldn't have went off like that to any other nation.
So like Israelites, we have a presence of us that is scary, but that's who we're dealing with. Like that's what I'm saying. We are stiff-necked people, so it's like of course, because I'll be honest. If I go around some Israelites, I'll feel uncomfortable too if I was in sin. But that's a good thing though. We always look at that bad because we're so effeminized and Mahal was like, she expected like kisses and hugs, right? She expected us to be smiling. But when you saw Aharon just like this, like was just stone face.
Yeah.
That's and they always want to judge us on like, oh, you guys can be nicer, you guys can be like this, but it's like you're not out there.
Yeah, one of the things that they want to one of the first things they want to say is don't judge me, or y'all shouldn't be judging me. Because I had an uncle that I think I've spoken to him once, but I never spoke to him about like really so much about the truth, because I told him, I was like, oh, you already know what's going on. That's the conversation that I have with him. Oh, you already know what's going on. So I never really like tried to persuade him one way or the other on the truth. But when he spoke to one of my cousins, he's like, oh, you're not with you're not on Jeremiah. And I've never, like I said, I never spoke to him about the truth. But he's like, you're not gonna judge me, are you? You're not gonna judge me, are you? Because people think they're gonna get judged, which is what keeps people in line. Judging people keeps people in line. And people think that they're not. I don't know why they think that phrase is such a good phrase. They think it's such a good, it's a horrible phrase, because you naturally judge everything, whether it's good for you or not good for you. Whether this TV show is a good TV show for me to watch, or if it's a bad, you're judging all the time. But they think that we should not supposed to be judging, and that's a bad thing. Judging is a huge thing when it comes to us as a people. They want to say, oh, you're not supposed to judge me, but I have to judge you. Spiritual man is supposed to judge everything.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Smart and that is. But it judges the earth. Yes. Amos
5:10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. We trying to correct, like,
because we're not getting down with folly. We're not getting down. We're not out there shaking our butts or trying to sing around. I just sing. Are y'all shooting a music video? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all doing a play? We ain't doing that. We've got that asked us I don't know how many times. We're not doing that.
They said, all right, I'm about to go get my brother. Like, not only are you going to come back, you're going to go get somebody.
Yeah. So come back.
You don't know what the music, if it was a music video,
yeah.
You don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go get my brother too.
Yeah. Because that folly, they cool with that.
Do you think, y'all think we should be never lose our cool? Because somebody could say what Aaron did was saying, like, put your dick up. You know, you didn't hear.
No, but you can't just say that. You gotta actually.
Sorry.
I don't even know what you're talking
context.
About. Yeah, you gotta get context. I don't know what you're saying.
She had a masculine when she kind of like did when things got heated. Mm-hmm. She did like a motion of her hand kind of on her crotch area, like a man would, like holding his penis. I said, sorry, is that my? Stop me, and Aharon, a little short patience there because it was kind of vexing. It was vexing all of us. He said, "Put your dick up." So I said, "Slack it for the language, y'all." But hey, it's on Sons of Jacob, so you can go watch it. Should we always shoot for, like, how should we, like, I don't know, scoffers like stuff? Do we play it cool, or do we lose hard? Because some people can say what Aaron did was unnecessary. Like, why you tell her to put her dick up? Like, should Israelites would it lead? Because it's like we can do both, right? We can be mad and we can be soft spoken. Which one do you lean more towards naturally?
So before I answer that question, like how you want me to answer it, I would like to say this. one of the things that our people don't understand is there's always two sides of the coin. And what does that mean? There's love isn't just compassion. Love isn't just hugs and kisses. Love is correction. Love can be harsh. Love can be chastisement. Love can be punishment. So that's something that our people don't understand about love. And it's so simple and it's so easy. And then whenever we break it down that way, they do understand it. But then again, when it comes to correcting, they still don't like it. But they don't see that is the love of God. That's the love that we have to show people. Showing people the love how they want us to show hasn't worked. It has not worked. Right. To hug and cry with them, they still go back into folly. Right. Sometimes that is needed, but the love that we need desperately on the streets is correction, is rebuke, is somebody telling us that no, what you're doing is wrong. You need to change. Hey, Christ said, go and sin no more. He didn't say it's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you kill somebody, just believe. No, he said, don't do it anymore. He didn't give you no room, no wiggle room. So your question was how our delivery should be, right? That's what was the question.
Yeah. It was like mixed. It was because it was two. It's like what gets us in the least trouble, because when we scream a lot, it's just I think goes well, right?
So,
but it's like because I seen you talk to people, and even I got vexed of it. I'm like, yeah, man, why you keep showing them that much mercy, bro? Like, tell her to F off or something, right? But then you can see, but you still go through it. Like it could be like 30 minutes. It's like, is that better than just like short temper? Like 3 minutes, like, all right, put your you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I did that, but I'm saying just like in the sense of like it just like they're gonna complain about, like I said, my stance is I don't care. You can do that, you can do either. But which one do you more tend to think is more wise, to just be patient with that brother or sister? Because her spirit was vexing. Was that not vexing?
So it's good to know your audience first off, know who you're talking to. But that's really, I can't really say one way or the other is going to be good enough, because a wise man is going to know who he's dealing with and how he should deal with that person. Whether that person needs compassion to learn, or whether that person needs a quick rebuke to learn. I know you holding something.
So Ezekiel 3 and 8. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Mm-hmm. So he's basically saying he matches energy.
Yeah.
He put us out there to match their energy. So whatever we mirror their energy.
He knows who he created. Yeah. He knows what we are. He knows we're hard-headed, stiff-necked people, and he knows how we supposed to do it.
Because Aharon didn't plan that outcome at all. He didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So she made the first aggressive act of aggression.
Mm-hmm. She did,
and that's what happened.
She did.
And Aharon matched the energy. That's what happened.
So
if y'all want to get on his head, bro, hey, check your spirit,
bro. You'll see the video on Tuesday. Tuesday is when it comes out, right?
Lord.
Here go another one. Sirach 20:1. There is a reproof that is not comely. It's two sides, It's reproof that's not going to be pretty.
You try to show her respect.
Mm-hmm. But when it's necessary for compassion, know how to show it, and show it and know how to show it. Don't just know how to always show aggression, which is cool because it needs to be, you know what I'm saying? Sharp rebuke. That's necessary. And you need to know how to show that too. But don't neglect the other.
You know how
balance.
Yeah.
Because we try to keep our cool.
Hold on.
I was like,
how you have a regular service and that service doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And then you have to call in a specialist. That's what we do. We're specialists.
Yeah.
Because the other way wasn't working, apparently.
Yeah.
So
true. That's very true. It definitely wasn't working. We still got a big problem in our community.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say this. Hey, we try to keep her cool, but they kind of just blow it because she was very vexing, very vexing.
Yeah. So a specialist knows what to apply and what to apply.
Just one time, because
a wise master builder.
Like she said, y'all gotta know how to talk. Y'all in the hood. We're just like, what did you mean by that? Because we're in the hood, so we kind of have to. Because I was about to say, girl, you should look at us and be like, dang, I brought the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, know who you talk. Like the people in the hood you should just by looking at it, she should be like, okay, some of those brothers came from here, right? So it's like, I was like, that should have made you more feminine. That should not have made you more angry. That should make you more like, oh, these guys are not normal pastors. They're from the hood, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why she got bulked up from that.
When they say like a restaurant, like you're likely not going to leave a good review, but you're very likely to leave a bad review.
Yeah,
you're not going to. You can be very pleased, perfect service, but you're not really likely to leave a good review for that great service. But if you get a bad service, you're going to leave a review.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we get. We get all of this, these negative comments of the bad interactions, but they never say nothing about the people who cry from the word,
right?
Give us a hug. People actually gave us a hug. Like they don't say nothing about that stuff.
Right. Those kids that we talked about. Yeah.
So
they only want to talk about the bad.
Yeah, man, we're just gonna continue to do the work of the Lord.
Oh yeah,
until He tells us to stop.
Because one of the things that we do,
we know what we do. We know what we were told to do, and that's what we're gonna do.
One of the things,
it don't matter if they like it or not.
That's right. That's right. One of the things we understand and we gotta always try to remember too is, and we do, is that He didn't call everybody. He didn't pray for the whole world. He said, "I pray for them. I pray not for the world." Oh, yeah. So we know it's not that kingdom of heaven isn't for everybody. We say that all the time, and Christians get upset. We have to do lessons off of lessons off of lessons on that the kingdom of heaven is not for everybody, just to show the people that the kingdom of heaven is not for everybody. Because like Aharon said, who was hell for? Because hell is for somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. Yeah. So it says, my sheep hear my voice. So not everybody is going to get it. Not everybody's going to understand it. Not everybody's going to get down with what we're singing. You know what I'm saying? So some people going to love it. Some people going to hate it. So that's just how it is. But you got to know how to roll with the punches. And there's going to be a lot of punches. There's going to be a lot of punches thrown. So,
yeah. We got about 10 minutes before the hour mark.
God, hey, that's some good questions. I don't even think we didn't even get to the videos. We had videos.
We had videos?
2, I think.
Hey, I probably want to definitely play one of them. Can I see what they are? Can you show me? That's a good one. Oh, okay, what's the other one? That's pretty solid. Can I do that?
There's 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that one first. All right. So can the people still hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, this one I really want y'all to see because I ain't never heard this before. You haven't seen the video yet, have you? So check this. This is very wild. Go ahead. Simple and very wild.
See, guys, there it is. That is the screw my dad put behind the tree to force it to turn into a female. It was once a male, this papaya tree, but now it's a female. And there you go. That's my pops. Yep. That's the second tree. Third tree. Fourth tree. That's humongous. This thing has a lot in it. Side note, look at these. Look at this. And fifth tree. Another one he turned into a female.
Putting a screw at the base of the bottom of the tree to turn it female. Because I don't know if y'all knew, the 4 or 5 y'all is listening in, we don't have no female trees. Like, female trees is the one that produces the fruit. on the, you know what I'm saying, the pecans or the peaches or apples.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Man, even the ones that were producing, they are not producing no more.
Yeah.
By the back of my grandma's house, a peach tree, a pecan tree. We used to go pick peaches straight out the tree and pick pecans every year.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
like, you can't even go back there.
So, hey, I almost want to try it, but I don't know what tree to go. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what to look for. I don't know
It
what
takes
to
so
do.
long for a tree to get up there. I mean, like if you want to wait like what 3 or 4 years, dedicated to the Lord and stuff, but you got
Lawfully.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, like, the first 4 years of a tree's life is like when it's the smallest. So it's like, why are you tripping about getting that fruit? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it takes years for the thing to grow. Like, 1 year tree you think it looks like huge and everything. It still could be small,
What are you saying?
When you plant a tree and it's growing, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's so hasty to get that.
Are you
first
saying
fruit.
lawfully because the first fruit? Because it's not talking about. It's talking about when it starts producing fruit.
When it starts producing fruit?
Yeah.
When does it start producing fruit?
It ain't the first year.
Like, what about first 4 years?
I don't know, probably.
And that's what I'm saying.
So whenever it starts to produce, then you count.
Yeah, like, why are you tripping about when it first?
Is that what you got?
Hey, let me explain.
I'm not picking it up.
Okay.
If I plant a tree, right?
Young people today, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to put her.
If you had 5 apples,
You got 5 apples. Mine is 2. You got 3. No, what I'm saying is, just give it to the Lord, bro, because He's gonna bless you with it. He's gonna bless you with more. So, like, homeboy, like, chill out with when you plant a tree and you want that fruit. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be thinking of, like, have patience. Like, have patience. Patience is a virtue. You know what I'm
you talking about this video?
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about trees and just.
But you just say homeboy, so you just seem like you was pointing.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't talking about him. No.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like
So-
he said that fruits isn't producing as much nowadays, so I kind of just saying, like, if we would have kept the law, then the Most High would bless us with food. And then I was talking about how I think about planting. Like, if I planted a fruit, like 3 years ago, if I planted a tree, I would want it the next year. I would be like, where's my apples, But then that's what you get.
So
I was leaning more toward Esau destroying the earth. That's why.
That's what I was. So obviously, the chemicals that they're spraying is turning the trees
Gay. I'm joking.
bingo, and then you got to put a screw in it to change it. That's crazy.
You gotta screw the tree.
You got to screw the tree to make it.
Feel like a female.
That's very crazy. That's witchcraft, brother.
Right.
But that's crazy. That's really
All right,
crazy.
yo,
I want to try it though, bro.
We have 7 minutes before we can.
Tell me you don't want to try that. I want to try it.
I thought he was doing a breakdown of science. I'm like, how does a screw?
Yeah, that'd be nice to actually have break it down.
Because we might look stupid. Put screws in.
I don't know, like where did he learn that? I don't know if I want to. I gotta learn more.
Yeah, like was it like is it like a?
But what is it gonna hurt? It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
It depends on where
the ritual. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. But ain't no you think that's? I don't know. That's
I don't
know, brothers.
Hey, brother, you try it.
Over righteous.
And we'll see. Not lying. It could work. It could be part of the fun.
I don't know where he got that from. If y'all know, the 5 people that's listening, if y'all know where he got that from.
Well, basically, we just need more female trees.
He might be a Levite.
Right. He might be a Levite, yeah. He might know some stuff. I've never seen that, though.
Fun fact, modern fruit has become so sweet that zoos have had to stop feeding them to some of their animals since they were becoming obese and showing signs of tooth decay. Through years of selective breeding, humans have made fruit sweeter and sweeter. But with the advent of genetically modified foods, we've now sweetened fruit to the point where it's no longer good for the animals. Plums, for example, have nearly doubled in sugar content over the last 2 decades. So Melbourne Zoo's monkeys have been put on a zero banana diet, most of the other animals are having their fruit swapped out for leafy greens, and the red pandas no longer get any fruit at all. The red pandas in particular developed a real sweet tooth, and would only eat fruit and avoid all the other foods served to them. So the zoo stopped serving them fruit and now only feeds them panda pellets, which are made in-house and packed with all the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals a red panda needs, and sweetened with a bit of pear.
I know them pandas is pissed.
Yeah, they're probably like,
It's
dang,
pissed
you
off.
messing my fruit, bro.
Right.
I can't even eat a banana because it's so sweet.
I can't eat a banana because you fucked it up.
Right.
Right.
Like,
That's a good point. So
Yeah.
that's how you show the earth is a mourning, man. The animals is mourning. They're like, we suffering because y'all done messed up. Yeah.
Them pellets look dry too. It wasn't even. You know how when you eat a fruit, it's like moisture. That's just they need extra water for them pellets because it's probably so dry.
There's a lot to be said by that though, because that's what they're feeding us is extra sweet. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting obese. There's some big problems.
What fruit makes you obese? What fruit can you eat that just makes you fat? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's a problem. It's a big problem.
Have you
This is
seen
where America. Now the question is: it only in America? It's got to be only in America.
I mean,
Got to be. America's horrible. Man.
but I mean, like, as much as we want to complain, like, America has to live up to the name. Come on, like, bro, like, it's gonna be such a wonderful downfall, right? It's gonna be a wonderful thing. It has to, like, if it was just like Sweden here or something, or some kind of other country where it's healthy food, then America wouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be extra terrible here.
So one of my questions was, chat. If one of my questions was for the brothers, if y'all could go anywhere, where would you go to? What country? Where would you go? We know the conditions everywhere else is probably just as bad. I ain't gonna say worse. America is really bad. So I don't know if any place is worse than America. But where would you go if you can go to another country? So
Hey, let's start with you, and then.
I'm asking the question. So
Yeah,
let's
you want to
with-
start? You want to say it last?
Yeah, I'll say last
Man, okay.
because I'm conflicted a little bit.
What about you?
and like I said before, like not to escape judgment or nothing, but just
Right.
from the aspect of to eat a real fruit.
Yeah.
Like a real strawberry. I don't know what a real strawberry tastes like.
Right.
Just,
I
you
don't
go,
think
in
none
your,
of us know.
go in your backyard and pick, organic fruit.
Right.
So like somewhere with fertile land, like in a fertile crescent, somewhere around there. Yeah, for those reasons.
But where?
In the
So the
fertile
first question,
Was that?
Africa.
Oh.
Somebody get
Hey, I was just making sure,
Take
bro.
them back.
Hey, somebody clip that.
somebody, you know what I'm saying? Young people.
Hey, Vocab Malone, if you watching this,
Young
that
people.
was a joke.
Ha
Anyways,
ha ha.
Vocab probably has a high chance of checking out all these little kids. He got Vocab crazy. All right.
You got us on this list.
Yeah. So, I thought you was gonna give me like more specific than just Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what he said. You got wherever you want.
yeah, I know. I'm saying like
I already know what you gonna say.
what?
Puerto Rico.
That's one of them.
Okay.
But also, like, I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Burmese. I'm trying to learn the language. Here we go. I'm trying to learn the language. I looked into like Asia stuff for that country, and I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If I, like, kind of be hitting Asia a little bit, could be the move. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to escape judgment. Obviously, we got to say that over and over again so people think we're not running from judgment. We're just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Just be like a native girl. And, like, you know, it's like Jake can live anywhere. So I was like, bro, you know, they have rice farms. They have all that stuff. So kind of just having your own land in Asia kind of sound like the move a little bit. But Puerto Rico, more people are there. I like to be around our people. So I'll probably pick Puerto Rico over Asia. But kind of just being in, like a very, you know how they have those kind of huts and it's like rainy, it's kind of peaceful, like it's kind of like a monk area. Throw away the idolatry, keep the peacefulness. You know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of just live a normal life. You know what I'm saying? You have
simple.
It's like a very, now people can say that's a little too simple because like it's just rice farms and just house and stuff. But like, you know, people could love that. You know, just have that peacefulness of just. I just work on my farm. I go to sleep and I eat. You know what I'm saying? You don't need too much. So that's my two choices.
So, what is it again?
Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico and
Asia.
Asia. So I don't have one particular place. My first thought was like Ghana. That's my first thought. First thought would be like Ghana. Second thought would be like South America, maybe. But it is very true. Y'all made really good points about not to escape judgment, because that's not the thought process. The thought process was to live a healthier life, to actually know what real food tastes like. You know what I'm saying? To see real fruit, bananas. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, come growing from a tree. That's something that we haven't
That would
seen.
be vibe. Fire.
So I said Ghana, South America, and probably like UK or something, somewhere in, I wouldn't even want to do. I don't know about UK specifically. I heard it rains a lot there, but I don't know. Somewhere in Europe, maybe.
Well, just cause like trying to switch to a healthier lifestyle, you find out that all the healthy stuff is bad. Like here, like
Yeah.
It's bad, and especially, and we're not just talking about just like, we're talking about the hoods. Like you have horrible foods, right, for all wealth classes. Now, how much more for hoods? You know what I'm saying? Because like hoods in thing Paris or something could be like still nutritious food. You know what I'm saying? Like hood people could still go to grocery stores. Hoods in America, bro. Like you have like some crazy sounding chicken. Like was it crispy, crunchy, extra chicken or something like that?
Right.
Like even like it's just in America, the wealth classes eat unnutritious food. But if you pinpoint it where our people are in America,
that's bad.
it's like the top worst foods in the world, America. The top worst foods in America, hoods. And that's just what we're eating. It's just crazy.
You can go to Europe, McDonald's.
Right.
They got ingredients.
Right.
They got. I ain't never seen no ingredients on nothing on McDonald's. And then on like the ketchup. Ketchup here, there's like I don't even know how many ingredients there are, but then like in the UK, you got like real vegetables that is made from, is freshly squeezed into the bottle. I don't know.
Like
it's some crazy stuff.
Don't get me wrong, the curses are everywhere. But it's like, gang violence in UK versus gang violence in America. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get stabbed, but then in America, you could have a whole military arsenal thrown at you, bro.
this place, something called refined, where you take a raw product and strip its nutrients from the raw product,
right? And
say, I'm gonna put this nutrient in there. There were like 71 minerals in there, but I'm gonna take this out and put this one mineral.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
What's the?
You hear when a Gaul came over here? He was our Gaul. He was
oh God, yeah, Angola.
Angola. He
Man, I would like to go there too. Angola.
It was like I went like 3 times. We went to like food or something. And he never ordered anything those 3 times, and I was like. We was going to Subway, and I was like, I think he could have been hungry. I don't know, but I was like, I think I asked, I was like, are you gonna go get something? He's like, yeah. And he got here, he's like, nah. And I was like, dang. He's like, bro, like, come on now, like, come on, are you just gonna eat something? He said, nah, man. He said, like, y'all food stays out for months at a time. He's like, imagine that, how much that freaks you out. Like, you're so used to since he was young to when you became an adult, that food didn't last for more than 2 weeks. And then you come to America, they're like, hey, that bread, that's been there for 2 months. Like, that's just totally you just don't want to eat it. Man, it's pretty crazy out here, man.
Bro, that's scary, man. That's so scary.
You look at the ketchup, and it's been there since October of 2020. Bro. October 2020 ketchup. It's like, what?
Because some of that.
Like how?
Catch it.
And then don't show them ramen; they might have a heart attack because that thing could be 5 years old, sitting in. So you telling those noodles lasted 5 years? Yep. Man, it's Cola's. I know why he went back now.
Hey, we ain't mad at him. Take us with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's sad, man. We think we got it good too. We so hey. What did it say? Cursed be the man. Cursed be he that's proud, poor and proud. Let me see if I can find that. That's roughly paraphrasing. Is that right? Is that right? Curse be ye that's poor and proud.
Paraphrase.
Because that's exactly what we are here in America. We are poor in nutrients and
The land
Oh.
of opportunity.
wait,
The opportunity to get cancer.
Like, bro, that's
here it is. Slakia. This is Sirach chapter 25 and verse 2.
yeah.
3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud. So a poor man and proud, that's one of the men that the Most High God hates.
Mm.
A poor, proud man. We are poor but proud.
An American.
American. American is
Proud
poor
to
and proud,
be,
man.
you know.
This place is horrible.
Like your currency is worth nothing.
I seen this one dude, his Cash App was negative 35,000. Did you see that?
No.
His Cash App was negative 35,000 because of the glitch.
Dude.
Cash App.
I'm saying like yesterday, I don't remember accepting none of that terms and conditions. So my phone just couldn't update for a while, and it finally updated Cash App, and I was like, oh cool, this looks cool. And then I'll look at it, and it went negative $35. And I was like, when has Cash App ever lets you go negative? Ever?
Mhm.
Like, you know, like if your Netflix bill try to take it, it would just not go through. But for some reason right now, I don't know if I can turn it off, but right now, like your bills will go through and you have to pay Cash App back. So that's why I say, like, when I heard the negative, I was like, how's that possible? Like, how am I even able to go negative? Because I might have to change the setting, but it just shows you that, like, they're making moves, you know?
Yeah. So my understanding is that when the glitch happened, you was able to purchase stuff. And now, since it's fixed, the right amount is, so if you negative $35,000 you purchased at that time around that much, and now your real balance is
could be.
negative.
Could be, but just this shows you that, like, you didn't even think that Cash App had the coding to put negative in the because everything has to have has to be in the program. So it was like, I've never seen anybody. I've never even heard of anybody that had a negative Cash App account. But then after this freezing updates or whatever, the bank was allowed to take from my Cash App, and now I looked at it, I was like, I was negative $35. Like, seeing Cash App have a negative sign on your balance is like, what is happening? Like, this is like, bro, reject that Cash App. You're supposed to be like, no, he broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, now it's scary because, like, if that happened to everybody's Cash App, what if somebody has like a $200 bill that they can't pay, and Cash App's like, all right, come through, bro, and then now you have to pay back Cash App. Like, it's just a weird little thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
But we're past the hour mark, man.
Did you have a preset?
Yeah, I might as well bring it up.
No, that's preset.
Just saying how, like, you're poor and proud, right? So Revelation 3:17, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Dang.
Even if you got a pocket full of money, you don't. Hell, that's going to be negative here soon.
You're gonna be negative.
True. Yeah, very true.
Gonna go like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked.
Yep.
They cover with, but like money, I keep saying it, money ain't gonna mean shit.
Yep. Pretty soon, you know what I mean? And
there's gonna be a time where you're gonna happen upon a brick of money,
Yeah.
and you're gonna use that for the fire.
Yep.
and
To
then
stay warm.
people with wisdom to be able to sustain themselves is going to be what you're looking for.
Bro, you know how much that would kill you inside? Just you had to burn that money from, and you'd be like, damn, I worship this, bro. Like, I spent from my age 21 to 35 just
Another thing that can hurt too is that when the society collapses, because we know what's going to happen, you had the opportunity for one to learn this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible, you had that opportunity and you didn't take it, right? You had the opportunity to learn how to survive in the wilderness, to what weeds to pick, to sustain your health, or herbs to eat to help prevent bacteria or inflammatory, whatever the case may be. But you chose to neglect the information that's out there. You just chose to entertain yourself, to live in pleasure
for a season.
Yeah.
Bro, that's good. Bro, that fourth season is gonna hit extra hard when the grid's down. That fourth season, because like, what's that scripture? In our prosperity, y'all, you forget like not the days you suffered. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're up.
Oh,
like when you.
Right.
Yeah. When you're up, you don't remember.
I think it's saying prosperity. Yeah.
Prosperity, but then when you're down, you don't remember your prosperity at all. Like it's when you're up, you don't forget. You forget totally about the suffering. Mm-hmm. When you're suffering, you forget any time you was up. So it's like when the grid goes down, everybody's just gonna totally forget when they was up. Like imagine you suffering so much that you forget how you felt when you was up. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. And that reminds me of I think it's in Isaiah. Whenever we, it's gonna feel like a dream whenever we get into the kingdom, because we're gonna be free.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
pain is gonna be lessened. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna think that, damn, that really happened.
Yeah, it's like you kind of don't for. That really goes well with that because I'm like, what's the time where you was up where you forgot you was poor? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those times where you had nothing to eat in the fridge or nothing. I'm like, what's the time where you had a good enough job where you forgot that you was like, dang, I was really eating nothing.
I think I'm gonna buy a boat.
Yeah, like,
you heard the story. That story.
Like, what's the time?
The story I had money. I was doing pretty well. I was like, I think I'm gonna buy a boat.
Man, this,
what I need to buy?
This dude was gonna buy a boat for.
That's regular. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity.
No remembrance of prosperity. Like when you're really suffering, you don't remember what it's even like to be up, bro. That's crazy. So when that grid goes down, like I said, like you said this a long time ago, like, it's hard to put yourself in that mind space of actually how the energy is going to just flip when America goes down, like how our spirits could shoot through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like when Tulsa Rice Riot comes, like when Great Depression happens, when they go down, we go up. So it just shows you that, like, when the grid goes down, have you been in a room where you feel the energy? Like, it's just everybody's energy, just kind of you feel it, if that's even mad or sad or something. But imagine if the lights go out and everybody's terrified. Like, you hear screaming. You know how big of an energy wave that is?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's like could kill people. That could kill people with their heart, Yeah. Everybody panicking, everything. Like, I don't think we're even able to have a remorseful idea of how much energy that is, because I work with like 900 people. Now, if everybody was screaming and there's fires and there's bombs going around, like, is my spirit gonna be
like cool?
Is it gonna be collective? Time? Yeah. Am I gonna just be walking around like?
Right. This goes into the verse 27.
Yeah.
It says, "The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his end his deed shall be discovered." So your deeds are going to be discovered, like when affliction comes, because like did this man just lean on society, lean on the world, and not give thought of what's to come?
Right.
It's going to be seen.
Not worry about like how to sustain yourself or how to help get yourself out of dangerous situations, or a lot of people it's going to be really bad. That kind of goes good with the scenario or the topic that you was trying to make this.
Oh yeah.
This subway was what was it? Cops saying on, what was it? I know I titled it. I can't even remember. Cops.
Cops. What will you do when cops?
Cops won't be able to save you.
Yeah, won't be able to save
you. Yeah.
And I always say this: you can either be scared or you can rejoice. Like, not saying that we
will be scared when Christ.
Yeah, we will have, because it said the righteous.
But we're gonna be the only ones that's doing a little bit of both, because we're gonna understand that we're gonna have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know that this only gonna be for a season, and our
yeah.
salvation draws near.
Yeah, that's why it says like a woman in travail. We know it's gonna hurt, but like,
Right.
let's just get this over with. And
Right.
in the end,
Right.
she's rewarded with, the child,
Mhm.
and she forgets. It says that
Yeah.
she forgot all the pain.
Yep.
Yep. So
And that's very true because it's such a joyful experience that
Yeah.
she don't even sewing her up ain't
it's gonna be like a dream.
yeah.
Really like a dream, bro. I think the boss said, bro, I don't even care. Like, he's like, I don't even care if I make it, bro. Let's get the fuck out of here. And it's like, that's true. Like, bro, that's why we're like, it's like when Jacob's Trouble starts, it's like, it's Jacob's Trouble. Like, damn, we're here. But at the same time, it's like, it's Jacob's Trouble. Damn, let's get this over with. You know what I'm saying? It's like simultaneously, like, bro, let's get this ass whooping over with, bro. Like, because we know it's a last whooping. It's a last. We went through 7 captivities, bro. It is the last of the last, bro. Let's just, you know how coach is like telling you all dead, and you're like, yeah, you're like, that's like, y'all, we have one more minute. I know this sucks, but just,
Y'all been going through it. This is what all your training's been for. And,
he starts whispering. He's like, just get through the last rid of it. And that's how we are. We're just sick of it, bro.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy. And they said, was it forefathers desire to see the things that we're gonna see? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's like, man, this is the end of the show, man. We're just ready to go, man. We're out of here.
Yeah.
But
all right. So with that, man, anybody got any other precepts?
Like, we just ready to go, man.
yeah, we're just ready to go.
We're gonna give. You want to close out? You should open it.
Oh, come on. And with that, we give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua. And we just want to say, keep enduring, keep praying, and keep loving thy brother as thyself. And this has been Iron Council. This has been your mighty midweight, bantamweight Zion.
God, this is Jeremiah, and we always thank you for allowing us to have the opportunity to serve our people. Thank you for allowing us to serve you.
Shalom.
Shalom, barakatah.